in the last game and do it for the year?
Well, it's big for all those reasons. This time of year, there's a lot of teams across the country would still like to be in position, have an opportunity to control your own destiny, and still playing for championships. A lot of teams don't have that opportunity still. We still have that opportunity. And just so happens, it's the last game of the year. Happens to be senior night on top of that. So of all those factors, it's a pretty big game for us.
Your thoughts on Louisiana Tech? I mean, at this point now, the first game doesn't mean anything compared to the last one. You saw that with Charlotte. Louisiana Tech goes in and beats North Texas last second shot, kind of like Charlotte did here. Just thoughts on this team coming in this time?
Those two games were kind of identical.
Yeah.
The last three baskets ended on 2 threes and a layup. Same way at North Texas. Bracy makes 2 threes and a layup. Same way here, 2 threes and a layup. Again, the other game, you wish you could put stock in the previous games, but that's not the way it works. You guys do that more than we do. It's very obvious Louisiana Tech's, best teams in the league. They just went in and beat the so-called best team in the league on the road. So they're coming in here playing for a lot just like we are. They're quick, they're athletic, they have 4 guys that can really, really, really shoot it. 2 of them 40% and 2 of them 35, 36%. So there's 4 guys, and that starting lineup that plays for them, shoot 36% or higher, as a team. I got a great point guard in Bracy. He's a guy who scores multiple ways. He's shooting a lot better this year than he ever has, and he beat you off that bounce. And again, he found ways that last game to jump up, make 2 threes, and kind of make a layup at the buzzer too. So the first game here, we probably couldn't have played any better, offensively and defensively. We had 44 points at halftime. They had 24. Second half, they beat us second half. So we know we've got to play exceptionally well, and anytime again, we can't get started and dig ourselves a hole. Although we had a bad start to last game, it just seemed like we fought uphill all game. First half, we didn't make a 3 the other day. It was just kind of an uphill battle. We need to be able to, not get off to a bad start by turning the ball over some. It leads to easy baskets. You like to play from in front, keep the energy and emotion up, but it always don't happen that way. You've seen our team, a bunch of it. We've done it different ways. But anytime you can jump up and make some shots, it helps this team immensely, just because of the not abilities or different ways that we have to score. That's maybe not as, it's common. We just do it differently. But shooting jumping up, making 3-point shots is valuable.
Second chance points were a real deciding factor in that last game, and Louisiana Tech was able to kind of do well in that at North Texas. I feel like a couple of losses or tough games that you've had have been those second chances have really been there. What do you do coaching that, trying to fix that? Well,
Again, as you just said, there's been a couple of those losses has basically been second chance baskets. And the other night, like I said, the second half, they had 10 second chance points. Basically they only had 21 points the other way. They scored, 31 points until the last minute and 15 seconds. They score 8 points the last minute and 15 seconds. But a third of their points until that last minute came off of second chance putbacks. That's a big number when you're struggling to score something. Again, if you knew that stat, they had 31 points with 1:15 to go. Of those 31 points, 10 of them second chance points. So they had 21 points on the first shot until the last minute and a half. If you only give them 4 putbacks versus 5, we all know what a fine line it is. Give them 3. Then you got a little separation. So, well, what you're asking and saying, we need to limit those. It's not a whole lot of different things we do. and we got the same personnel and the same people. Our guards have to rebound the ball. They have to help rebound that ball when Carson comes over, or sometimes it's having to rotate and pick up somebody when that shot's taken. We've got to be able to, help keep that other guy off that backboard. That's a challenge for us, lots of times. But our guys have found ways to fight for the most part. That's an area that it's hurt us at times for sure. No personnel changes we can make. We just got to find ways to fight and, be that much, more aware of it and be able to crack down on that big. And if you can't get the rebound, keep him from getting it. And that's where it was the other night. Subica, of his 14 points, 6 of them was second chance putbacks. 3 of his baskets were second chances. And, that's 6 points that he normally doesn't get always, and that's the difference in winning and losing.
Coach, how much, if anything at all, can you take from your first matchup earlier this month against La Tech when you're trying to prepare for the next game?
Well, again, everybody makes adjustments, And so we've had to adjust from game to game, everything we're doing, and I'm sure the second time around, they're going to try to make some adjustments themselves, whatever they're going to do. At this time of year, though, everybody's seen everybody. Everybody's played everybody. There's only so many things that you can do different. There's really not a lot of secrets. I think one of the biggest secrets is that team can jump up and make shots late this time of year, are teams that find ways to win. Louisiana Tech jumped up and made threes on the road, trailed basically the whole game, but they made 2 timely threes against North Texas. We had the same thing happen. So the ability to make shots, as complicated as that sounds or simple as that sounds, changes a lot of outcome of games. Their personnel, we know who they are. They know who our personnel is and strengths and weaknesses. So there's not a whole lot of, different adjustments you're going to make. Maybe defensively you could try a few different things or switch up things differently. But kind of this time of year, kind of who you are right now. We've made a lot of changes and adjustments, and there's not a whole lot more tweaking we do differently.
What have you seen from just Jared Savage in the senior year? You mentioned him as the glue guy. It just seems like of all the players that have maybe had the biggest improvements from one year to the other, it feels like Jared has been that. What can you just say about this year and this being his last game at this arena tomorrow night?
Well, again, the benefits of what he's done ever since he's been here, he's getting the benefits of it this year. What I mean by that is work. From March to October, it's when players are made. And I can say there's nobody who works harder than he does from March to October. And again, he benefited this summer. I think he worked on some things that he'd been struggling with. He's having a hip issue all his life. He don't move laterally very well one direction. He worked hard on that to get quicker. And in turn, I think his lower body's gotten stronger. I think it's very obvious he's a much better defender. He's unbelievable rebounder. If y'all said he's going to lead us in rebounding 8.5 a game, we all would have taken it, wouldn't have believed it probably. But he's done that. He leads us in, block shots. Again, as I've told him, I don't need him leading us in block shots, setting over bus. I think he's the one guy that's block shots, but we don't need him picking up fouls, doing that. And besides all those things you see he's benefited from stats, ways shooting and ways rebounding. The one thing has been constant, but there's one area he's gotten better in. He's always been an unbelievable person, work ethic, but there's no question he's gotten to become a better leader this year, verbally. He's been a quiet guy. He's led by example, but this is really the first year he's really stepped up and felt like it's his team, and he has no problem telling anybody what to do and get on them, because hey, when your house is clean, when you lead by example, it's easy to do. He does that on and off the court, so he's got the ultimate respect from everybody, coaches, players, and everybody, anything he says. So, like I say, he's been a tremendous player for us and even a better person.
So everybody's roles have evolved this year in particular, but he's sort of been a perimeter guy. A lot of it, to see him come in, a guy that's going in and getting those long rebounds, those block shots, a lot of what he's doing is inside. So, I mean, just how good has it been to see him succeed in that? You mentioned it being a product of his work too, but just evolving who he is as a basketball player.
I think you said it best. He's evolving who he is, his makeup. He's learned how now to, maybe take that work ethic and put it into toughness on the court. But I could see that in him when he first got here. He comes from a good family, got a very disciplined dad, a hard worker, and good parents. And, he makes all the right decisions off that court, man. That's why he's graduated. There's consistency in everything he does. And it is good to see him really grow in some areas that you didn't know he could really grow in, take that step. He took a huge step in the toughness area in his game. And that comes from defending, rebounding. And that's kind of his core value. It's who he is. And now he's really brought it out to another level this year.
What has Cam Justice been in his point here?
With Cam, it's all kind of the same thing as Jarrett. Unfortunately, with Cam, he's had to deal with these injuries so much, and it's kept him from getting on a consistent roll. Basically since his back's been hurt, and that's the 1st of January when we went on the road at first game, wasn't it?
January 3rd.
Whenever it was. I mean, right off the bat, he literally hadn't practiced since then. When I talk about practice, I'm talking about a physical guard, defend, practice. His practice is 5-on-0, all shooting stuff, scouting report stuff, trying to just keep him prepared and limit the amount of times we put him in situations he can get hurt in practice, because we need his body. As I said, his body at 75% is better than nobody at all. But again, I still believe this in Cam. I've said this, and those kind of guys late in the year, late in their career, those guys who have been winners all their lives, he's been a winner all of his life. Go back to his high school days, all the games he won. Those kind of guys rise to the top. And I got great confidence in him, and I expect him and believe he's going to play his best basketball, down the stretch for us right now.
Has what you needed from Cam changed throughout the year? I mean, you bring him in, he's a grad senior, a shooter, and now it's not so much as you're needing him to shoot, but you just need that mind out there and that body out there when he can. Has your view of him changed a bit?
No, because we still need him to do what we believe he can do, make baskets and all that. I think because his physical abilities, it's kept him from doing those things as well. And the other thing, early, I think we all would know this, we didn't quite get in that lane as much. The ability to maybe pitch that thing to him and create some open shots for him that probably we had kind of envisioned early in the season. He didn't get a lot of early easy shots. So he's had to probably put that ball on the floor more than he's been accustomed to doing. But to his credit, he's been terrific to coach. He's a terrific person. And again, like I say, I truly believe we're going to see his best basketball down this stretch right here now.